Introduction of the experiment. The Naked Egg and Osmosis is a project designed by the Sci Guys to help illustrate osmosis, diffusion, hypertonic, and hypotonic solutions through a hands-on experiment. The process involves an egg going through different phases in order to portray the different processes. The project uses an egg, vinegar, corn syrup, food coloring, a glass, and an old spoon. So what exactly are osmosis and diffusion? Well, osmosis is a process by which molecules of a solvent tend to pass through a semi-permeable membrane from a less concentrated solution into a more concentrated one, thus equalizing the concentrations on each side of the membrane. Diffusion, on the other hand, is the net passive movement of particles such as atoms, ions, or molecules from a region in which they are in higher concentration to regions of lower concentration. For the first step, we are going to need a glass and an egg. Gently place the egg in the glass without breaking it. Next, pour vinegar to completely cover the egg. The egg is now completely submerged in the vinegar. We can see that now bubbles have covered the shell of the egg. The shell of the egg will dissolve, and the membrane of the egg will be fully exposed. Right now, this represents a hypertonic solution because there is more water on the outside of the cell, or in this case the egg, than inside. We now have to wait approximately 24 hours before we once again change the vinegar that the egg is in. After that, we will once again submerge it in vinegar for another 24 hours. We are now going to take the egg out of the vinegar, and it looks like it has dissolved. The shell has dissolved. Okay, I took the spoon out. I'm now going to pour the egg into my hand. Wow. Okay. The egg being submerged in vinegar shows the osmosis of water in the vinegar past the membrane into the egg, causing the egg to expand in a hypertonic solution. We are now going to place the egg in the glass and pour corn syrup on top of it. We are now pouring the corn syrup over top of the egg. In order to submerge the egg completely, because it is floating, you're gonna place a spoon and submerge the egg like that. Kind of thick. Okay, it is now submerged. The egg being submerged in corn syrup shows the hypotonic solution where there is more water on the inside of the membrane of the egg than on the outside. After a while in the corn syrup, we can see that the egg is all shriveled up. We are now pouring the egg into our hands out of the corn syrup. We're going to give the egg a quick wash. The egg being submerged in corn syrup shows the hypotonic solution where there was more water on the inside of the membrane of the egg than on the outside. Through diffusion, the water left the inside of the cell membrane of the egg and went into the corn syrup. This is why it is so shriveled. We fill the glass with water, putting a few drops of food coloring. And stirring it with the spoon. Now placing the shriveled egg inside the food coloring water. Because there is more water on the side of the cell membrane of the egg, the water, through the process of osmosis, will enter the membrane and the egg will expand once again. We're now going to take the egg out of the glass. The egg submerged in food coloring water shows the process of osmosis, where water moves from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, in this case, into the egg. The solution that the egg was in represented a hypertonic solution, when there is a greater concentration of water outside than in the inside. What exactly are hypertonic and hypotonic solutions? Hypertonic solution, the solution has a greater concentration of solute. In a hypotonic solution, the solution has a lesser concentration of solutes. Here's a diagram that can help us understand. Summary. The naked egg and osmosis experiment was really helpful when it came to grasping a better understanding of osmosis, diffusion, hypertonic and hypotonic solutions. The egg being submerged in vinegar shows the osmosis of water in the vinegar past the membrane into the egg, causing the egg to expand in a hypertonic solution. The egg being submerged in corn syrup showed the hypotonic solution, where there was more on the inside of the membrane than on the outside. Finally, the egg submerged in food coloring water shows the process of osmosis in a hypertonic solution, where water moves from an area of high concentration to low concentration, in this case into the egg. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next experiment.